Are you addicted to sugar and you don't even know it? Do you crave sugar and sweets? Do you sneak or hide sugary foods? Do you feel anxious or uneasy about the thought of not even having them? Do you have feelings of guilt after consuming sweets? Do you treat yourself with a sweet treat as a reward or to feel better? Well, you are likely addicted to sugar. And yes, it is an addiction.
All right, we've come to the part of the show, one of my favorite parts of the show, Dr. Janine, every week, where we learn the Dr. Janine truth. Please share with us what we're talking about today.
Yes, so the Dr. Janine truth for sugar addiction is to really find spiritual fulfillment. And you wouldn't always put two and two together, but often when we go towards things that we're addicted to, it's to find our inner peace and to find pleasure and to feel better about ourselves. And because of our chaotic lives and the stresses that we go through, we don't always have that balance and that centeredness in our life. And that's why the Dr. Janine truth around sugar addiction or addiction in general is to find that spiritual connectedness, and whether that means meditation and deep breathing. Interestingly enough, is when we do these things in meditation, it actually stimulates those dopamine receptors and we can have that pleasurable response. And this is why people who meditate more and more and more and practice yoga, they actually become addicted to it because they feel good. The same with exercise to a certain extent, and it's a different physiological thing that's happening. But you have to find this spiritual connection, and this is what releases that dopamine. We feel good. You don't need the sugar. And people who practice meditation, they've shared with me, I used to have my issues with sugar, and when I started practicing yoga and doing deep breathing and meditating and doing it often, that this was something that became, less of an issue for me with the sugar addiction because I just felt good. I didn't need to go to the sugar, to the candy bars, and all these things to feel better. So it's remarkable to know that you can do these things naturally and to do it in a way that's not hurting your body and to get off the sugar. And meditation is free. You don't have to pay anything for that. You have to learn how to do it, and in future episodes we'll actually have and teach a few lessons on how to meditate, because that's step number one. If you don't know how to do it, you may be stuck. But there's a lot of information that you have access to online, certainly, to help you with that. But if you have those questions and that's something that you want sooner rather than later in terms of a video, then please leave your questions and comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and we'll definitely make that happen for you.
This is very enlightening. I had heard of sugar addiction, but I really had no idea that sugar addiction can be as bad as an actual drug addiction. It really starts to make sense when you describe it, though. You've lifted the veil for us, as you do every week. And as Dr. Janine was saying, remember to leave your questions, leave your comments in the comments section below wherever you may be watching us, and she'll be happy to answer them as soon as possible.
It is, definitely very serious, and as much as, regular addictions to drugs and alcohol are very much treated, I think, in medicine, I think the sugar addiction is very much overlooked, and it's something that, if you need to reach out and seek some help for this, absolutely do that. But also know that we're always here for you at the Dr. Janine Show. If you've got those questions and comments, field them into us. We love to, certainly help as much as we can, and maybe to steer you in the right direction as to where to start to kick that sugar addiction. So hopefully our viewers are now a little bit more informed about sugar addiction, and we've also revealed some of those hidden, places and names for sugar and the ingredient names for sugar that you wouldn't necessarily know about on your food labels. We've also talked about the causes of a sugar addiction, and I think it's been a well-rounded show. Definitely you've got some more information and some tools to work with now to help and maybe identify if you actually have that sugar addiction and hopefully what to do about it.
We've really covered a lot. We covered sugar cravings, for example, and how to stop them, healthier sugar substitutes, which is a big category, as well as symptoms of sugar addiction and the symptoms of even sugar withdrawal, which I didn't even know really existed. What's in store for next week?
So I'm really excited about next week. So, trailing after this show, it's really important to me because I have so many children myself that we will be talking about healthy eating for children. So certainly sugar will be a part of that, and some tips and some tricks for parents as to really how to maybe wean the kids off of the sugar. Some great ideas as how to incorporate some healthier, things into the diet. I've had a lot of traction and interest from youngsters on TikTok, which is interesting to me that kids, they're turning to the wrong places to get their information and listening to other kids for information about how to do these things in a healthy way. And I think it's really important that kids are being educated from the right sources. And so we're going to break it all down for the parents, absolutely, but for the youngsters as well, and how to integrate and to get healthier with the children's diets, which is really important because children become adults, and if we want to decrease our disease rates and be healthier, live longer lives, then it starts with the kids. And I think as parents, it's our job really to do our best to take care of our children and to do it naturally.
I think so. I mean, if I had taken advice from my friends as a kid, I wouldn't be here right now. I really would not. There is no way. But I also like the idea of, as parents, and you don't have to be a parent to understand this, certainly, but we can help to mold and change our kids' palates, but still allow them to enjoy life, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it's interesting because even in our own home, being able to, sort of switch things up a little bit and see that there's less of the gravitation towards some of those junk foods when you just make small changes. And it doesn't happen, and it's it doesn't have to happen overnight. It's something that happens as a transition as time goes on, but it's a great way to, to get healthier, the entire household.
All right, so next week, healthy eating for kids. I can't wait. Have a great week, everyone. And thank you for watching the Dr. Janine Show.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. And always remember to take care of your good health and to do it naturally.